Hi, Snake. We've given up on
Hey, Noonan.
having guests for this part, as we've
Yeah, it turns out we don't have that many friends.
as we've also given up on trying to understand what's going on in this game. Apparently, that was right there, Third Reich imagery, which is weird.
We're in the Guyana Highlands because we jumped out of a Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, we did jump out of the Zeppelin. We just ran it on rocks, which is, easily survivable.
Leave us the hell alone.
We just, got out of a thing and just planted right on the rocks. And we're fine. We got full health even.
Oh wow, has the camera always been this bad?
Yeah. This game has always been as bad as it has been. You just hadn't noticed yet.
I mean, to be honest, every time we have guests, I just kind of took in the easy way out and just zoned out. And not completely seen what happened on the screen.
Maybe we should have just got Swede back for the rest of this commentary, just as kind of a load-bearing guest.
Yeah, because, Swede would watch the whole thing, wouldn't he?
He would. He'd hope vaguely that a mech turns up at some point. It never would, but he doesn't need to know that until it's over. And, we could take it easy.
Oh my god,
just,
no, let's get Swede for the next part. We can tell him that there's gonna be a mech.
Yeah, and he needs to come
there's
back
going to be
for
a
it.
mech anytime. Snake. This is a
Any
great
moment
idea.
now, yeah.
Any moment now,
It's
there will be a
genius.
mech.
So, look forward to Swede next part. I mean, you don't have to, but you can if you want.
Oh, that was painful. I love how both of them disappear. Well, that was embarrassing.
We won. Let's just leave. You got this one. Oh, okay, that was embarrassing, guys. I'll have another crack at it in 5 minutes. I'm just trying to do my super attacks. I'm trying to figure out, is there any reason to use anything?
Snake, are there even going to be any good games coming out? I mean, really, though?
No, not really. Give me a time frame on that one. You talking a week? You talking months? You talking for the rest of time?
The next 6 months.
Oh, no. There's no good games lined up for the next 6 months. I mean, Persona 5 is coming out probably within 6 months, but... I mean, if I pointed that out, then this joke wouldn't work, would it?
What about Final
no
Fantasy 15?
Ever since I found out it's not a boy band, my opinion of it has dropped several layers.
But that's not the game's fault that you were dumb enough to think it was an actual boy band.
It is, really. They should have come out with a clarifying statement. This is my No Man's Sky. I feel lied to. I feel like, they promised online multiplayer boy band co-op action, and then it's a big empty universe with nothing to do in it. That's how I feel. Oh, great, this is my favourite moment of the game.
A guy with an axe.
Look who's here.
Oh, wow. Bob guy with a bow tie.
He's voiced by Colonel Campbell. I don't know why. They got fucking Paul Eiding, and they only used him for this old fuck.
Who's he even supposed to be?
I don't know. He works for the enemy.
I'd imagine that he doesn't work for them. He's just the guy who's waiting in the mountains to fight the upcoming pretty boy. I've been waiting for a pretty boy like you for generations.
Is that your girlfriend in the axe? No, it's just a big axe. And his name is Zed.
Do we get
Z.
the axe?
Oh, we get that axe.
It's a giant axe.
If I wouldn't have even fought him if I didn't get the axe. I would have just ran past.
You can't run past.
I know, but I would have wanted to. I don't get it, he has moves that imply he's some big fat fuck, stomping his foot to cause rocks, but he's just some fucking old guy.
Is this what
in
video games
suspenders.
used to be? Just you walk through a shitty plot and just some guys who are bosses just appear out of nowhere. Is this what video games used to be?
I think so. I think video games should still be this, to be honest. At least it's interesting, it's we can't figure out where to put the old guy with a giant axe. Just put him in some caverns.
Is
Who
it though?
cares?
I'm not very interested, Snake.
Neither am I, but you know, at the same time.
We had to come up with a backstory to make him interesting. He's a guy who hates to fight pretty boys in the mountains. That's a stupid thing, Snake. That's...
But Noonum, at least you're using your imagination. Video games today, people come on screen and they say, I'm Tarbuck, I've awaited you here for 10,000 years. I am here with my 2 chain axes. And you know, you go, wow, I'm not imagining anything about this guy. Tarbuck has told me everything. Meanwhile, this guy comes out and he's like, hey, guess what? I'm not telling you anything. I'm just here.
Well, we do know that he is waiting for us for like 1,000,000 years or whatever he said.
He was 20 when he first turned up. We weren't even born yet.
Imagine if, like, evil corporations worked like real corporations, just planning ahead, like, 10 years or something. And so, like, George, you'll be stationed here, because in 20 years, some guy's gonna come, and we want you to kill him, okay? So, his position has been here for 20 years. He comes here at 8 a.m., he leaves at 5. This is his job.
And then he kind of like thinks, oh fuck, I didn't file the invoice so that it'd cover my travel expenses. Yep, and I just finished the game by shooting a crossbow bolt up his ass. That's the end of his boss fight. Nice one. Thanks, girlfriend sword.
It's a giant axe!
And it has a gravity attack. Just
It's a
why
giant
not?
axe!
They didn't even want to explain this guy.
Imagine you just kill this dude and you take his axe, which is exactly what we did. And we're
We
now
took it.
fucking doing sweet ass tricks with it.
We're cool guys. We're cool guys. We know how to use the axe. Like, he never used the axe for a sick dodge.
Imagine being these 3 assholes who didn't help out the guy who just got killed. It was like...
It was just like, well, they got to guard the lay seeds in case he dies so he can't get the
but
gravity
they were right
attack.
there. They just hear him die, and this is a video game, so like, how it would have really happened is this guy would have been bloody and screaming as he got stabbed multiple times. And these assholes are just sitting here. It's like, well, I guess we'll get killed next.
I guess we get his pay now. They've all been stationed here for years. They haven't even built huts yet. These guys are shit.
Has there ever been a video game that changes enemy behavior as it goes on? Like, not even harder, just like there's an actual artificial intelligence to it. Like, they know who you are, so they know how to deal with you, or like if like at a certain point they'll just start running away.
I don't think they've ever done it to the point where enemies will just start running away. Like, but I do think there have been some fighting games which learn your inputs, so they, you know, if you repeat certain patterns, they counter it, basically.
MGS5 did see a game where they like start learning your moves at a certain point. I think there was...
Did they? Granted, my strategy for most of MGS5 was just to stand at a great distance with a silent sniper rifle and fuck everybody.
Well, maybe it wasn't that good of like an artificial development. There was like a game, My Neighbor or something, about your suspicious neighbor who has something in his basement.
Oh, yes.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello, neighbor.
It apparently learned from your move. But that game, I looked at it and it looked kind of bad. It looked ridiculous.
It looks like it will be fun for like 3 runs, and
I
then
looked up
I'd
at
be
the
done with
ending,
it.
like what's in the basement, and apparently it's nothing. There's like nothing in it. It's just a weird, suspicious neighbor who isn't. That's. Oh god, I have hiccups. Why is her girlfriend out in the open?
Who's that? What?
Dude, our girlfriend just got fucking killed. $44, $45, $46, $47. What the hell? What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. The Sig Hail?
agents with the backpacks have our
Oh
pistols.
no!
Get them.
How?
So we don't have any weapons now?
No. Surely we should still have, you know... How does the giant... Wouldn't the giant axe still just be a giant pipe that we could hit people with?
No, that's exact. This is exactly
What-
why I don't go out dating anymore, Snake. They just steal your girlfriends.
One day you're walking around with your girlfriend laser sword, ready to fight all the dudes, and then... I'm no Kung Fu Josh.
I love how
Max's weapon crystal back.
the basis of this
Find them.
is that okay, for like 2 minutes the game will be even more boring than it usually is.
Like, it doesn't even commit to it. It's like, I defeated one guy and like, oh, I got my giant axe back. They just send everyone down like, okay, you got the giant axe, now go down there and wait in that fucking in that canyon with him. Like, boss, we could just leave. He's just some fuckboy. No. We could literally fly home and forget about this whole
None of
sorry
this needed to happen,
business.
Snake. But here we are.
If they just didn't mess with
This
Josh
is-
Calloway,
I love this
I
is
think
supposed
that's
to
his
be a
name.
big moment, and it's like the most boring it's ever been. There's not even music.
No music.
It's just supposed to be like this giant like ball busting moment because there's like no music. You're in a valley just going around killing hundreds of dudes, but it's just the most boring.
But hey, at least we're
Data
getting data
modules.
modules.
It was so boring you needed to cut. It was that boring.
Yeah, no, this canyon is fucking big. Like, holy shit, it's way too big. It shouldn't be. But, you know, they've made this big-ass canyon, and they're like, well, hey, we don't want to make a wrestling game this year. We're gonna have to show them the canyon.
Goddamn that force field. It looks very annoying.
Everything about this game's combat system is very annoying.
Jump.
It's either ice... it makes it feel like it's dice rolling for hits most of the time. Like, most of the time you're in good odds, but occasionally just, you rolled a poor dice, he blocks, he blocks, he blocks. You swung in the wrong direction, fuck
I
you.
like that video games now actually have, like, when you're jumping
Pull
animations,
yourself out.
instead of going into a weird stance position when you're in the air.
No, I'm
No,
a
you're
fan
not.
of this
No,
fucking
you're
game's
not.
jumping
You're
animation.
not a fan of this game
I
at
am.
all. There's nothing good about it. Well, the only thing good about it is the fucking girlfriend swords, and it's not even real, Snake. We made it up.
Hey, but you know what they say, if you could make it up about the game,
No.
it's basically true.
Wow, what the fuck was that?
Weapon crystal is ours again.
That was the gravity slam.
How is our girlfriend able to talk to us if she's, like, gone?
I guess she isn't. Or maybe Josh is just making it up.
Like, why can't, like... I mean, this would be if it was a better game, but if, like, we just completely lost our guy at this part, and we couldn't get her back until the end of the game. Like,
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Like, you know, just, we have to think for ourselves. No, we don't. We just walk.
or,
It's a
like, if,
linear
like,
canyon.
the sword was actually the best weapon you had, and you couldn't get it back now. This was the half point of the game. It kind of is, isn't it? And we just...
Yeah, I think we'd be on the
we just,
halfway
like,
point.
We
It's,
lost
you know,
our
it's
like
13
main
parts.
weapon. Like that was the best weapon. You know, it would be like kind of impactful is in a game development and story sense. But you know, we're just gonna get her back by the end of this part, probably, aren't we?
Yeah, because like they just gave him to some randoms. Like, hey, here's our most valuable weapon. Could you keep an eye on this while I just go and take a piss? I'm just gonna go piss behind that stone.
We have the sword's
What
weapon
stone?
crystal
There's a
back.
lot of stones. I'll pick a good one. Whoa! 2 bosses?
He has power and reach. Be
Who's this
careful.
guy?
I guess
He has power and reach, Noonam.
we went flying.
He has power and reach. Be careful.
We weren't careful. Right, got it. Oh, fuck. No, see, they actually did something slightly less shit. Like, oh, I don't have all my weapons, but here's a boss fight. You know, and his name is Magnus.
He does look like a Magnus. I love that. Isn't this basically the
He has
only black character?
Power, reach, and he's faster than us. Yeah. And he's got fucking Buster Swords. He's a Final Fantasy fan.
Dude, I love Final Fantasy. Here's my Final Fantasy sword girlfriend.
So, my plan for this fight is to just run away for most of it.
You know the people
It's a
who
good
have like
strat.
married inanimate objects, like the the Eiffel Tower, a carousel,
And a railing.
whatever. Why aren't more people just marrying their weapons? I mean, TBH.
Why don't they do that in the US Army? Just give a guy his M4 and his marriage license, and he will kill people. It's like, fuck, you know, I have to spend a lot of money on this marriage, I may as well get something out of it.
That's just an embarrassing attack.
Yeah, I don't think it even did damage, it just made him feel heavy for a few seconds, which, you know, he probably already feels heavy.
God, this looks like a hard boss fight.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. Like, Noonam, you've played Dark Souls, right?
Yes, I've played Dark Souls. Is this the Dark Souls of Dark Souls?
This is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls. This boss, like, if you could beat this boss, you could definitely beat this boss. Don't want to oversell it a little bit too much, you know, but I beat this boss. I don't know, maybe the next several parts are just me challenging this guy over and over again. You know what? I'm disappointed in myself. I haven't used that slick dodge move.
That Dark Souls race was kind of disappointing. It was an anticlimax.
What were you hoping for?
I don't know. Like the half of it was okay, but then you reached at the end, and then Neo was like, "I'm gonna defeat him," and like before you defeat this goddamn Hydra thing, and I was like, I was waiting. It's like, is Neo gonna do it? And he didn't. He's like, you're like, oh, I already defeated him, and Neo's like, oh, like it was an anticlimactic thing.
I don't know, it felt pretty climactic to me.
Well, yeah, you won. You did all of it. Neo didn't do anything. His footage was choppy, and he just kept dying.
I mean, that's the thing, I was thinking, like, it's not a fair race, is it?
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't.
He had to play with that FPS. I was not told this. He martyred himself. I shouldn't be able to carry this. I'm just saying.